Okay. Looks like we're live. All right, let's get some work done. Okay. Okay, published in my Discord. Okay. That's nicely settled. Of course. I'm always the best. Now, I'm gonna work on a little something fun. Because I can. Let's see. Think, is this the right way to do it? Should be. Theoretically, this should work. Theoretically. Okay, sorry about the delay, folks. I was prepping something very important. Because if I don't prep these things, we won't be able to completely rip and tear people. I usually use toughness, but I might swap one of my toughness to health because realistically speaking, right now you don't really need that. So that is my answer, Maze. Hopefully it helps. 1 second. Okay. First and foremost, let's taste test this. No problem, I am well. But if you started 4 days ago, make sure you also check out my beginner guide. That is the most important thing. and you will want to get the easy axe build to start with. As long as you have those two things done, you'll be okay. But yeah, I'm happy to help. Just make sure that you've already checked out my beginner's guide, so because it'll be a lot easier for you to progress through the game as long as you follow the beginner's guide. Now then, let's go test some interesting stuff. Always fun to do a little bit of insane testing. Boing. Boing. Yes, good. Perfection. Come, again. Ah, damn it. Messed up that. Good. Come on. No, the beginner guide is just to give you rough guidance, dude. Like, you can use whatever weapon you want. You don't have to use, like, anything shown in the beginner's guide, is what I'm saying. All I'm trying to say is that, like, you can literally, as long as you just roughly follow it, like, you roughly understand what's in there, you're okay. That's all I'm really saying. Like, you want to collect axes, by all means, you can do so. The beginner's guide is just to give you like a rough idea of how to actually play the game and what to do. This game in first person, lol. My advice, don't think too much. As always, this is glorious. Okay. Hunting grounds test completed. Nasher set is good. Hey, Mr. Death. Nothing much is up. Just testing shenanigans to piss off my haters, as always. Three hits. Now this is something most people will not teach you, because this is how we really do it. Yeah, let's take that. Boss. Gotta use the forbidden arts, you know? Forbidden jutsus are the best. Two hits. Once you study the forbidden arts, everything is good. Oh, listen. Also, wait till you get this one. This is even better. Now, it does take a little bit of, more skill, because this one can only be used if you can dodge well. So, for example, I'm too eager on these dodges, right? But if I patiently wait and do it properly instead, like so. Oops. Damn it. The Tempest aiming is also a bit off, but meh. There we go. You can smoke a behemoth in about 2 hits. There's all sorts of builds available now. Well, upgrades to my previous builds. These were all the stuff that I made before, but with a few smart innovations, you can really create some cool stuff. Again, that's the Asian robot difference. Okay, that one worked. Come here. Over here. Stupid behemoth. This way, do not see me. Good. Bit more, bit more. Over here, please. There we go. Beautiful. Ugh. 1, 2. Come on. 3. Making this too easy for me. Dauntless is a different experience, but Monster Hunter is a better game. Overall, because the company that, creates Monster Hunter is actually decent. The problem with Dauntless is not the game itself, it's the devs, the partners, and their official Discord. Basically the assholes. They're like, the fact of the matter is, honestly, they are not very useful. No. There's a reason we don't use those, Scottle. Okay, so let me explain this. Okay, the drop cell, right, will help to keep you below 50%, but no, it doesn't. And I'll tell you why. Because you're wasting cell slots. you're absolutely wasting cell slots. Never ever do that. Anybody who suggests that, okay, like, I don't mean any offense when I say this, but I'm gonna tell you straight up that anybody who suggests that is a fucking idiot, and I'll tell you why. Because those 2 cell slots can be used to increase movement speed instead. You can manually drop your stamina. It's not necessary, and if you're gonna use Dodge Master style, you should never keep your stamina low. Like, just for the convenience of Invigorate, no. You should manually drop your stamina below that because you're saving 2 cell slots, which can greatly increase your damage. Because don't forget, every bit of move speed you can stack in is the whole reason that this style even works in the first place. And that's why I tell people, please don't fall for, you know, rubbish builds that are not created here. If a person didn't create the build, if I didn't create the build, it's gonna be rubbish. People can say whatever they want, but I can guarantee you results. Because my stuff always works. Oh. It hit the Nene instead. See, you can just manually retain low stamina. It's not hard. And by manually retaining low stamina, you can still absolutely devastate every enemy. So don't ever use drop cells. Whoever suggested drop cells is a fucking moron. And if you want to follow anybody that suggests drop cells, well, good luck to you, buddy. Like, I don't mean to sound abrasive, but a lot of people try to suggest things that don't work. I test and make sure that things work fully. Because by wasting those 2 cell slots, you are either giving up more power or more movement speed, either of which is useless to you. This is why my new master level dodge master build was, well, you can see the results for yourself. It's actually really easy to just smoke behemoths. Never ever use drop cells. Like, I experimented with every single cell that has ever come out, even when I had quit, because people think that, oh, he quit right after that thing, therefore he didn't experiment with those cells. No, I did. I did, actually. And that's why I can tell you, it'll never work. No build is superior to a robot build, because we don't just do the math, we do the practical testing as well. Then again, I can't really convince anyone if they're convinced otherwise, but I'll tell you. Test for yourself, see for yourself. I can guarantee you, nothing outperforms my builds. People are welcome to try though. Come on, monkey. Good boy. Come here. Come on, come on. Get up, monkey. Get up. That's it. That's it. Come at me. Come at me. Good boy. One more. One more. Good boy. All right. This is where the fun begins. 29,000. Guys ready? 29,000. You guys ready? 22,000. Ready? 19,000. This is the difference of just a little bit of movement speed. 26,000 dead.
You're the top of the heap now, Skipper. A hard-earned victory. And to the victor go the spoils.
You want to win without fighting? This is how you win without fighting. Yeah. Oh, with axes you can do up to 60, 70k. It depends if you stack the buff or not. Yeah, with axes you want to see how much you can do, look up the DFK axe build. It was actually created by an old buddy of mine, and I modified it a little bit, but yeah, with that one, if you guarantee the crit, you can hit 70, 80k. It's not a problem. The only reason this is hitting smaller levels is because this one is with the repeaters, but repeaters have their own method of fighting. So it's possible to hit very high numbers. As long as you use the robot build, of course. And the thing is, right, I can do it consistently. Yeah. It's very easy. It's very easy to hit those numbers. But only with specific builds. You have to construct very specific builds to do that. And also, you can only do it in escalations usually. Because, like, for example, the Frost Escalation gives you so many buffs that you will hit insane numbers in the Frost Escalation. Especially if you take something like Avatar of Destruction. Like, it gets pretty insane, not gonna lie. But the Frost Escalation is actually one of the worst for the Dodge Master style, because even if you take, like, for example, even if you were to take the Avatar of Destruction, right? Here's the big thing. The Avatar of Destruction requires you to get crits in order to keep your so-called heat low. Sorry, your warmth levels up. But this is not really possible because you have to dodge attacks rather than attacking if you want to do well with this particular build style. So, what do you do? Like, all you can realistically do is keep dodging attacks. So, once you finish dodging though, you will need to get like, you see already at base level, this is already like hitting 30k. So it is possible to do it, but you have to do it fast. Hey soldier, what's up, man? I'm just chilling, showing off the upcoming repeater build. Another one, obviously. This one is the Dodge Master style. So, but in Frost Escalation, like, your biggest hits will look really, really big. But the thing is, right, they'll be a bit inconsistent, and also it just depends. So builds that take advantage of guaranteed crits, right, will look like they've got highly increased damage. That's why don't be fooled by damage numbers. Sometimes it's easy to make your damage numbers look massive, but in actuality, you're not actually like having those numbers at all. Okay, one shot at the Scrave. Now for this one, right, I'm gonna have to lower my DPS a little bit. Okay. Oh, sorry, I have to lower my ammo count for a bit. Come on, get up, get up. There we go, Pangar. This style, I suggest you look up my Dodge Master Chain Blades. That's why I said every build in the game was already made by me. Every single build in the game. I guarantee it. Everything that exists in this game is made by me. There you go. Nothing wrong with finding stuff that you enjoy, Mr. Death. I am somebody that also says you don't have to play meta if you don't want to. Like, as if something works, I will confirm that it works. It may not be the most ideal for me, but I'll confirm that it works, which is why even in Darktide, I suggest a variety of styles, unless the suggested style is so inefficient that it would be a detriment to you and your teammates. So I don't just focus on high numbers. This particular style happens to be focused on a single hit. That's the only difference. Which is why if you want to understand all of the greatest builds in Dauntless, and this is for the Dauntless people in chat rather than the Darktide people, but you want to know what are the greatest builds and whatnot, study my channel. The Dauntless official people just want you to follow meta, but nobody cares about that, and their meta builds don't work. They don't work for a vast majority of Slayers, and that has actually been proven multiple times. In fact, one of these days I'll have to, oh my god, prove it again, because, you know, they've been trying to convince people that my builds don't work and that their builds do. But quite frankly, this time round, like last time I held back from openly embarrassing them, but this time I actually will, so that's another thing that's gonna happen, whether they like it or not. As you can see in this frost escalation, you're seeing numbers of 40, 50k. If you go into the right escalation with the right buffs, you can do insane damage numbers. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the weapon or the build is excessively strong. Realistically speaking, all that is happening is that certain buffs are being used to trigger more damage. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, Mr. Death. For me, the only thing that I do with any build that I put out is I always assess efficiency. If it works to an efficient extent and it's not a severe detriment to your team, then it's fine. Like, there's a lot of zealots who use the Thunderhammer, but I generally still don't recommend that style because overall, if we're talking about the highest levels of gameplay, it's more of a detriment to the team than, you know, it's more of a hindrance than a help. I'll put it that way. And when it comes to whatever it is that I do, I tend to always be cautious of that. You see, I just did 72,000 damage in one shot. 45,000 in one shot. So as you can see, it's very possible to hit humongous numbers. And that's kind of the thing. A lot of people will claim that stuff works just because it's hitting huge numbers. But again, like I mentioned earlier, see, on my channel, there's no tricks. I mentioned it earlier. This is a frost escalation. You can literally hit insane numbers here, and nobody would be able to stop you. There you go. Like on a frost escalation, it's easy to do 46k, 50k. It's just about the right escalation. You don't have to, Mr. Death. Like, honestly, this game's a piece of shit. Like, I only play it just to mess with the haters and to showcase the fact that, you know, my builds do insanely well. That's all really. But if you want to, like, if you feel it's enjoyable, go right ahead. I'm not gonna stop you from enjoying yourself. Just remember not to spend on this game, because any money you spend will be wasted. I'd rather you give money to Fat Shark or me. But yeah, as long as you don't spend, just enjoy the game. It's all good. There's stuff that you can do, like spending is mostly for cosmetics anyway. Like, you can do everything in the game without spending. You're also a piece of shit. That's okay. I respect the fact that you're a piece of shit and have the cojones to admit it. Good job. Okay, come on, come on. Good boy. Come on, do better. Don't just go up there, you nerd. The only problem with the Dodge Master style is Urska is a pain. Dude, stop showing off your morning breath. Ah, come on. There we are. Okay, I'm gonna have to go here. Come on. Come on, Urska. Fight me here. Right here. Oh, come on. There we go. One more. I always get messed up on his really weird paw attack. His Paw Patrol attack is hilarious. Okay, good, good, good. Come on. One more big one. Good boy. Now we're ready. Okay, 50k. 50k. Oh, close to that. Bang, dead. I'm doing good, Morgan. Has the flawless playstyle changed? Yes and no. Yes and no. Also, Flurp, you kicked a baby one time. Saying that on stream is not appropriate, dude. Cool your head off. Okay, we are a clean channel. That kind of thing is just not cool. So you're going in the timeout. Make another joke like that, it's a ban. Okay, good. I'm glad we can understand that. But yeah, coming back to the point, the flawless playstyle, it has and hasn't changed. So just to give you an example. Let me switch to a different separate slot. So when it comes to the so-called flawless style, right? Depending on what mode you're playing, like in the Gauntlet, I would use Catalyst, Predator, Recycle, Berserker, everything. I would just cram everything in there, you see, because that would give you the maximum possible base damage, and that's what you ultimately want. That's what you ultimately want. But again, utilizing all these cells, utilizing their power appropriately, it depends on the situation. Like you could probably do it if you were in a Gilded Rewards claim. Start getting my reuse cells. You could do it exactly. So like if you were playing in a situation whereby you're staggering a lot, you'd use overpower. If you are playing like repeaters, because this week our whole team will be using repeaters, probably tomorrow if I get the chance. I'll ask Shroot if he's got time, but yeah, I'm planning on doing it maybe tomorrow, and then we go in and just smack down everything. I think if we were to run the kind of build that has all the good cells chalked in, together with some nice catalyst and whatnot, like we could probably rip a lot of behemoths. But if we are using repeaters, we may not get as many staggers, so we might go with savagery instead. It's all about how you're gonna chain with your team. So if you're running pure repeaters, right, and you use something like overpower, that's really not going to be very useful for you, because you cannot stagger the behemoth yourself unless the behemoth has an interrupt frame. This is all theory, you see, which is why I don't follow that kind of scenario. I would rather trust a cell like Recycle, which is guaranteed to work on most repeater builds. There are alternatives. And that's why it's so important for people to understand alternatives do exist. And when you're applying the right alternatives, you can absolutely devastate your enemies. But you have to know what you're doing. That's all. Hello, Otaku Unknown. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to this land of peace and death. That's why, like, every single build has its own unique characteristics that you need to understand in order to create the maximum efficiency. And this is why it's so important to test, retest, showcase, understand, and then present. That's why I don't do things half-assed. If I do things half-assed, you know, that's it for me. I showcase only the reality. Six is good on chain blades and repeaters. 3 is good on some of the other weapons, but you have to be very aware that certain builds cannot make full use of it. For example, if you're running a build that runs etheric attunement, you cannot use Recycle. Why? Etheric attunement works together with your lantern, and unless the lantern is Koshai's, most lanterns have ongoing damage to multiple parts. So for that entire duration, Recycle will not trigger at all. because at most it'll get to one stack, and then if you hit a different part, all your stacks disappear. So that's why on the repeaters, you will notice that it's paired with the Charog and the Koshai to give you that dodge flexibility while also being able to maintain your buff. Like, all that's super important. Oh shit, this is the wrong build, my bad. Have to exit and go back in. This wasn't the build I was playing around. I was messing around with the Dodge Master, and I do not want inefficient testing. So, any tips for your first Reforge? My best tip is that if you started without watching my Ultimate Beginner Guide, go there first. So, especially if it's your first Reforge, then start working on your first easy build. Whatever easy build you choose, you can choose any, but here's my Ultimate Beginner Guide. Start there. Make sure you've absorbed all the information in there first. Then after that, you can choose to work on any easy build you like. Easy sword, go ahead. Easy repeaters, go ahead. Easy chain blades, go ahead. Go ahead with any of them. All right. But start with the beginner guide and make sure that you build your easy build first. Because one of the biggest things that people always tell me is that, oh, you know, I have this build and it's the easy build, but I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm like, no, you absolutely can, but you need to finish it first. And that's what's very important. As long as you're properly finishing stuff, you'll be okay. Choose not to finish stuff, then unfortunately, you know, that's kind of on you. So you always got to be aware of that. No problem, man. I am more than happy to help. Now give me a moment. All right, I'm gonna change my build. My advice to you, Otaku Unknown, is never ever. Okay, now this is advice that I want to give all Slayers. Never ever ask for a build based on a weapon. If you ask for a build based on a weapon, all right, you are gimping yourself. Builds are never weapon based. A good build is always playstyle based, and the weapon will always be chosen to best fit that particular playstyle. Never ever build on the basis of, do you have this particular weapon and is there a build for that? Never do that, because that is the surest way to make yourself an inefficient and weaker build. That said, a Malkirion Warpike does exist. In fact, we have one of the best in the game. All right, this is from an older patch, but it is still one of the strongest, all right, strongest Warpike builds. If you're talking about end game, then this is what you want. All right, but never ever ask for a build on the basis of a weapon. Instead, go through the entire playlist that I have. Okay, all Dauntless builds from patch 1.80 onwards. All of them are still working. Choose the build in there that is based on a playstyle you like, because there are many different playstyles. There's wounding, there's bastion, there's a lot of different options. Even within wounding itself, there's so many different options for how you're gonna wound. You can play Allura wounding, you can play the wounding I just showed you, which is discipline based. There's a lot of different options, all right? And understanding all those options is what will make you a better Slayer. So just be aware of that and understand that we give you these options because we know that for Slayers, at the end of the day, what they're concerned with is not oh, you know, how do I do this, how do I do that? It's rather, how do I properly play to get the best use of my time? You see, that's why I don't build builds that are not efficient. It has to be efficient. Lord. Sometimes Carabaks are annoying. Like, for example, what am I doing here? This is the Dodge Master style. It requires you to dodge the attacks, but once you do it, it's very easy. Hey, Truffles. Yes, I know, right? Chain blades are... Listen, EJ Mendoza, if you listen to anybody complaining about chain blades, okay, you're listening to morons and idiots. I have used the chain blades in many cases. Check out my latest trial video. I just used the chain blades. Chain blades are one of the best weapons in the game if you follow the Asian robot style. Oh yeah, sorry. Thank you for reminding me. Had to change my build over. Nah, screen's not stuck. It was just blanked out. But Chain blades are one of the strongest weapons in the game, but in order to use them, you must be using an Asian robot build. If you don't use an Asian robot build, of course people will complain, because the Reddit people and the Dauntless people don't actually play the game. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. They only understand meta, and meta is useless because it never works. It'll work for 1 or 2 people that, you know, design that style based on their fucking nerdiness and the fact that they play Dauntless 40 hours per day. But that's not what the average player does, and that's why meta doesn't work. I've seen it thousands upon thousands of times over. So my advice is, don't ever think about following advice from other people. You need to know something, you ask me. I'll always tell you. Is this real? Is it fake? I'll tell you, and I'll prove it on stream. If you want to see chain blades after this, I can show you. Easy. But never ever follow advice that doesn't come from me. If you listen to anything on the Reddit, you will always lose out, bro. Like, it's up to you if you want to. I can't change your mind for you, nor can I like force you to follow my advice. But I'll tell you, I prove my stuff on stream. I prove it in videos. I prove it live, and I have no issue doing so. But you'll notice that the Reddit people aren't willing to become YouTubers, or if they make YouTube videos, there's a lot of cuts, there's a lot of editing. You don't want that. You don't want that. Like I said, up to you guys whether you believe me or not, but I'll tell you, only robot builds work. And we can prove that. And we have proven it. See for yourself. You want to kill behemoths without fighting? I can do that. Want to kill behemoths easily? I can do that. But yeah, never follow advice from the Reddit or the official Discord. In fact, the official Discord and the Reddit are proven to be racists. They have admitted to being racists. One of the partners is a confirmed racist. Several of the other partners are also like horrible human beings. So yeah, you really don't want to be following anything other than what's on this channel. Come on, Ember Boy. They may call this thing the Fenroar, but it's still a Spore Struck Embermane in my books. Come on, good boy. One more. Good boy. Come here. Ah, well, whatever. There.
You earned your pay on that one, Skipper.
Easily done.
One more behemoth down.
Yep, that'll do. Yeah, no problem. Oh, come on. Ah, look at it trying to clean his little face. There we go. Well, getting legendary parts, you gotta number one, play solo. And I think are you talking about the purple drops? If you're talking about the purple drops, you need to break every single, that's not a legendary drop, that's a epic drop. Epic drops, you have to break every single part on the behemoth. Every time you break a part, it rolls a chance to get an epic drop. So you have to go to, like, for example, the carnivore, break every part. Each time you break a part in the Raiden escalation, you will get a chance to get an epic drop. So yeah, sometimes it can take a while to farm the epic drops. Those are not legendaries though, those are epics. You're talking about the purple ones, right? So if you are, then that's correct. Yeah, I'll play some Chain Blades after this just to showcase to you. Just waiting for this thing to attack me properly. Good boy. Come here. You can do it again. Come on, one more time. Come on, one more time. Dude, can you attack? Oh, he's gonna use that attack, okay. This one's a bit more annoying to deal with, but doable. Okay, now we should be able to safely finish him. Dodge Master does have a weakness though, and the biggest weakness is dealing with Agorist, because waiting for his attacks is a pain in the ass. Oh please. Oh, yeah, getting any of the parts. Well, are you using an Asian robot build, dude? Because if you're not, then that is probably the biggest problem. You will want to look for a build of mine called Absolutely Broken Chain Blades. That is probably the easiest one to help you do that. Because you can use Tempest to snap parts. So that is probably one of the best ways to do that whole thing. Let me just check. Did I use anything from the carnivore in there? No, I didn't. Here you go. Strongest weapon? Chain Blades, of course. Make sure you're using this build, and it should be easy for you to snap parts on the carnivore. But if you can't get that build, then I can't help you, buddy. You'll just have to get good with repeaters or something like that. Because breaking parts is the most important thing, but getting used to mechanics, I mean, that's just something that you do along the way. The more you practice, the more you'll get used to it. Okay, give me a second. I never show my builds live because people steal that shit continuously, which is annoying. Okay. Okay, now chain blades will depend on your style. Okay, it will genuinely depend on your style. But for example, one particular style, like I'll be showcasing two different styles, but one particular style you can use with chain blades is this one. This is another upcoming build, which is quite awesome. You'll get a chance to see it very shortly. So, depending on how you choose to play the game, like there's a variety of different ways you can choose to play the game. Chain blades can be extremely powerful, but again, like I always tell people, you got to know exactly what you intend to achieve with the build, what you intend to do, and how you intend to do this. You know, it's all about that. It's all about knowing and understanding the various ways that you can utilize something like this. So here's a quick demo. This one is a Revenant based playstyle. It involves less direct combat. Alright. But oh crap. This particular playstyle is less effective against smaller targets because it's harder to hit their full body with Revenant. But if you get a full Revenant cast on them, things die pretty quickly. Alright. So if you use something like Revenant, this will be something like your playstyle. It's much more aggressively designed. Alright. Just give me Torn Shield. Said everything you do in this game is all dependent on playstyle. It's 110% dependent on playstyle. You use the right playstyle, you get some very good results. You use the wrong playstyle, you get very bad results. So it's very important to know exactly how to do certain things, exactly what builds work, what builds don't work, things like that. It's very important. Okay, so for example, we've got Nasher and Skarn here, right? I'm actually gonna, like with this build, I'm actually gonna go after the Skarn first. Why? Because it's just much easier to deal with him than it is to deal with the Nasher. Skarn is overall weaker and is likely to take more damage. And if I die, no problem. Just like that alone. Right, Kaish? Darktide's looking crazy, huh? I'll be playing Darktide this evening, though. I'm actually excited for it. Gonna go experiment around with a few things. But yeah, I'm just showing folks, showing Mendoza over there how chain blades work. Like, as long as you're using a robot build, as long as you're using a proper playstyle, every weapon in the game is really good. But only if you're using robot builds. Use anything else, well, I can't help you there. Even if I take hits, it barely matters. And there you go, it's dead. Da, 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 da. I'll heal up back to full health. Oh, Thunderdeep Drask and Pangar, my favorite. Ah, there we go. My hit points have recovered. And now this is where the fun begins. Now either this thing explodes first, or the behemoth explodes. There we go. And I'll probably take Shadow Dodge, that'll work. Now for those struggling with, say, Chronovore, said depending on your playstyle, what you want to do, it's all about just knowing his patterns, his attacks. That and just smacking him down, it's fairly easy to do. There's the Jellyfish Man at the end. Look at this jellyfish turret. Well, that's one way to do things. There are, of course, other different playstyles which can be applied. Just depends on your needs. Oh. Let's view a different style, yeah? Do Omnicells have elemental advantages? Yes, they do. I have no idea what Sangat Pro means, but I'll just accept it as a compliment. What's up, man? Okay. Now I might have to construct this one from scratch, so do forgive me. It'll take me a moment. Ah, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Give me 1 second. Let me think. Did we do it this way? Can't remember. Something like that, loosely. Should work. Alright, so alternatively, like previously I showed Revenant style chain blades. There's other ways that you can do effectively the same thing, but you're just like your goal here is to wipe out the enemy behemoths, so there's multiple ways to do that. Same circumstances, but you can use a completely different playstyle, stuff like that. This is a alternative playstyle, which some of you may recognize. Oh, fast. Very rare. But also okay. Alright, with this playstyle I'm about to demonstrate, things are a bit different.
It's always a cold one out there by your standards. So stay warm, stay alert, and stay alive. You have work to do. Look for zones of warmth to beat the frostbite. Sky flares aren't made for the weather.
Like with this particular playstyle you're seeing, alright, I have a huge attack speed focus, so like actually I didn't even do this the proper way that I'm supposed to, but technically speaking, right, what you would normally do, just because the first one's a Karabac, which I knew would just die instantly. I'll showcase the proper style in the second fight, but with this particular build and playstyle, which like I said, some of you will recognize, the idea is to first use up your stamina like so by dodging. This triggers Invigorate. Alright. Again, you can look at the absolute broken chain blades and see exactly this style. You do that, you run around, you've got your fast movement speed. Get right into combat. Pick up your molten orbs and you stay at the higher you stay at the highest possible, well, deceive yourself, like that. And by doing so, not only can you still take advantage of Tempest, you can also dish out massive damage with your blades. It's like a balance between the pure Dodge Master style and the more normal whirling chain blade style. Like I said, this style actually does so much damage that it is highly effective at just completely eliminating. Well, enemy behemoth's already dead. So you kind of seeing this. Chain blades are not weak, and I hope Mendoza is still here. You know, because this is the ideal way to play the chain blades. And can I show how this build works? You tried my Tempest build. Oh, you talked about my Revenant one. Sorry, because I only just saw your chat. Your Revenant, the Revenant one, you can just look up the videos, watch the videos, because every single video that I put out about my build, I show a gameplay showcase, a demo after the build. Make sure you watch the full videos. You really want to learn, watch my videos 10, 20 times if you have to, because there's always a combat demonstration. Watch that, because that's the best way to really learn. If you're not good with dodging, choose other styles of chain blades. There's a huge variety out there, but in general, you don't always have to use Tempest to make good use of it. Like, you don't always have to dodge. Don't forget that Tempest can sometimes, if you're using Dodge Master, Tempest is the main key. But for most builds, Tempest is just a supplement. Okay, and that's the difference here. Here I'm utilizing Tempest solely as a supplement, meaning that it's not the main part of the attack. Because with this build, I have practically unlimited stamina, so I can just completely rip through behemoths with endless whirling chain blades. See? And on top of that, I can just use Tempest if I need to kill it. So there's a lot of different styles. I suggest watching many different videos and seeing which style fits you. Because all of these, like, you can also add Catalyst to any of these if you need to, but it's super simple to do so. Like, even without Catalyst, without potions, it'll work. Welcome back, Truffles. This is why I always put in like I don't just show a build. I show a build and I do a combat demonstration. The combat demonstration is something that I highly suggest everybody watches. If you watch the combat demonstration, it will not only show you how the build is used, but it explains how it works very easily. Yeah, always watch the vids. Always watch the vids. The vids may be 10 minutes long, but I tell you, it'll teach you a lot. And if you have to watch them 5, 6, 7 times, do it. Because I guarantee you, you will gain a lot from it. Like, I don't say this just to improve my revenue. I don't say this just to improve my viewership. I don't give a shit about that. Like, I will get the revenue and viewership over time. I'm not worried. But I will tell you that if you do at least learn the stuff the proper way, I guarantee you good results. Because look, this isn't even a full-on Tempest build, and I'm still able to snap hearts so easily. Oh yes, hit me. Not that it's gonna work, but you can hit me. Oh, how boring. Come on. La 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 la. Bing. I think I missed a chat from Theo. The only update to Darktide was the patch last week. It changed a few things, which you can read about in my rundown, but other than that, I'd say most of the things are still relatively the same. Relatively. But like some stuff received some minor buffs because they were bugged before. Some of the exploits were removed from the game, which is really pretty good. And yeah, overall, things are more like the game is going toward the way it was meant to be played. And of course, player numbers are still looking very good for Darktide, so I'll be on tonight. I'm actually quite excited for that. Come on. A little bit. Come here. Come here, you punk. Ah. Looks like you're suffering there, Eriska. Nope. I only play with channel members. So I hope that you will become a channel member in future. Hey Daryl, what's up, man? Those who want to run with the robot, make sure that you always grab a channel membership. The more you support me, the more I support you. I'm glad you enjoyed lunch. Good, good, good. Come. So I hope that Chainblade demonstration showed exactly how, you know, we do this kind of stuff. Now, I'm gonna answer some comments that I got on YouTube and also continue working on other stuff. What's this guy asking? I just saw Kaisha's comment. Damn right. If I had a bolter in this game, bro, it'd be awesome. Also, each part brick. Boom. Comment replied. Now then, what shall I work on next? I'm gonna do some wild and weird stuff. Why? Because I can. Are you guys ready? Let's go do some wild and weird things. I'm gonna try something stupid. Why? Because that's what makes life fun. Sometimes you gotta try the dumb stuff to really go dumb. Man, I actually cannot remember what I did with this. I did something at some point. I just can't remember what it was. Did I actually use this though? I can't remember now. I think I did. Makes sense anyway. Oh, pretty god, this works. It should. Now, let's experiment. Okay, guys. This could fail miserably, but if it fails, that'll be just funny. Alright, let's go. Let's go. New modification. New modification. Let's test it out. Like I said, I actually don't know how this will go. This could go very good, or it could go very, very badly. One of two things. No, I've never played Titanfall 2. Not into that, Theo. Just was not my thing, I guess. There was also like, it could also have like been one of the games that was released during my hyper broke period. I know of it. But beyond knowing of it, I don't know anything much else. Oh, come on. Really? Embermain, seriously. Boy. Oh, come on. How did that dodge not work? Dude. Dude. This fucking Embermain, I swear. Okay, probably this thing was not the best choice to test this out, but well, it is what it is. I can't believe my character got stuck on a tree. I'm just chopping that tree down. They put in epic fight music like this thing is like some kind of really crazy behemoth. But realistically, no, it just got an annoying attack pattern. Oh lord. I hate his hitbox so much. Hang on, I gotta get used to this again. Ugh. Seriously? This fucking Embermain, I swear. You can call yourself a Fenroar, you're still an Embermain. Okay, so the reduced speed is no good. Even on mounted attacks, it doesn't do much. And because of it move... Okay, so even the axe throw is slowed down. That's gonna have to be something that I take into account. I think the unfortunate thing is that I'm gonna have to actually like with this one, I'm gonna have to stun behemoths first. Only after I stun them do I get the chance to really whack them. Okay. Understood. So after stun, then you go ham. Okay, bit more annoying than expected, but I think I can understand it now. Yeah, I'm working with some of the new cells right now. I'm trying to see whether or not it would prove beneficial for the playstyle or not at all. Because I can see like a huge upper limit. The answer to that, Mr. Shivand, is that okay, the easy builds are not designed to compete. Understand? The easy builds are actually just there to help you get your endgame builds. The one with the Charog UE, which I recently used, is an endgame build. Now, I like to use words like best and strong because it really pisses off my haters, but actually every single build that I've built is efficient, meaning that it is the best for that particular playstyle. In truth, every build that I've made is the only difference between any of those builds is playstyle, meaning that this build is particularly suited to one particular, say, aspect or something like that. For example, the ones that use Charog are usually designed with discipline in mind, and they are designed to help the Slayer by enabling easy dodging and also the ability to gain your Yui's special attack by dodging while also still maintaining a parry as well. All right, so these are all the different these are the reasons why those builds have different play styles, you see? So one is not stronger than the other. It depends on the user. If the user is really bad, then no matter what build I give them, it's gonna fail. Like for example, this one is a very complex play style that may not always be ideal. Because this one that I'm using here, right, is focused around one thing. I get my pulse, I get maxed out movement speed, and then with the right factors, I'm able to dish out extra damage. Then I use that opportunity to further charge my axe, saving up for a big throw. Can't really say it's better or worse, but this is the reason why there's no way of saying that one build is stronger than the other. It depends on playstyle. Like this build might be suitable for users that know how to use it well, that enjoy using it well, but it won't be like the ultimate. It won't be like the ultimate 110%. Oh, this is better than anything else in the game. It doesn't really work like that. So I hope that explanation is fairly clear. Yeah, of course, because the Reddit builds suck. So you can use any of my builds, realistically speaking. Like, you don't have to feel like, oh, you must use this one particular one or another one. Use whatever build you like. The most important thing is that you enjoy yourself. As long as you're enjoying yourself with it, I'm happy. Like, even with this one, this is a build that uses Tempest to attack, but doesn't necessarily mean that it's the strongest. Like, I'm dying with it right now. But it does mean that I can utilize it in very interesting ways. And once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. Takes a while to build up, but it's pretty effective. If it does build. Okay, now that my power level is built up, focus on dodging. Come here. Okay, that's good. Bang. Too easy. Okay, I got the hang of this now. I got the hang of this. Oh, come on. Oh. Darn, what a shame. Just kidding. I'm still gonna need to iron out a few kinks, but overall it works well. Even against a behemoth 6 levels higher, it is effective. Oh, can't dodge in that. Ow. Come on, Koshai, over here. Aww. I couldn't dodge in thorns. No! Okay, so it'll be a while before I fully master this style. I gotta get used to the slower attack speed, but it does work. Okay, try again. Oh, I'll only resurrect with that much. That explains a lot. Okay, this is done for. Drop my supply crate. Okay, do over. Oh, this is where the fun begins. No! Perfect. That actually worked nicely. Damn. Okay, that was nice. Very, very nice. And remain. Come on then. Oh, poison, right. Okay, this is gonna be an ass pain. Fine. Come on, Embermain. You first. Come on, get back up. Yeah. Perfect. Yes, I did. But the reason why it's not normally utilized is because the cell slots are already very limited, and in order to really, like, for example, with this one, this is a modification I'm testing of the DFK's Tempest Space Axe, which is really good, but here's the downside. You need as many cell slots as possible for movement speed, so if you, on top of that, add the need to utilize the stop cell as well, although you might get more staggers, like the major problem that you're gonna face is the economy of cells, and honestly it will probably affect your overall use of said cell. So yeah, here I'm channeling off the base increase in damage of the axe, which it has baseline, so even if the behemoth is 5-6 levels above me, I can still take it down. But in comparison to the original version of DFK's axe, I'm also testing out the potential effect of reduce to see if that might help, because reduce can greatly increase base damage at the cost of attack speed, which technically speaking should not be necessary for this build. Unfortunately, the results are mixed at best, because what you're gaining in terms of the raw damage is unfortunately also lost in terms of yeah, the gain in the base damage, I'm not sure it compensates enough for what I'm actually sacrificing here, so I'm still very iffy on it. I think the original DFK was better. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna try and remake the old one. Might be good on a Revenant build, but overall this is just not good enough. Like, I feel it has so much good potential, but it's just not good enough at all. The original version gives you so much more. Because I think increasing base damage is not actually doing anything for me. Sad but true. No. There might be a better way to do this. I could do that. And then... this might actually suit it better. Did I need all this though? That's the question. There has to have been a better way. Could have run something like this without the need for this. Ah, but then we'd be losing out on the other one, which makes less sense. This means I need something totally different. In which case, it does make more sense if I were to, say, drop that. We take this, and yep, that allows us to utilize this instead. We can have that. Voila. Okay. Let's compare what we just did to the original feeling and see if that might help. Let's go taste it. Right. Okay, let's go see if this works better. Should. Yep, this should work. Come on. Oh, my timing was off. I've almost forgotten how to do this style. Can't remember, like, was I supposed to build up first or something? I think I was. Oh well. I guess I'll just have to make do. I've totally forgotten how to do this properly. Haha. First of all, gotta get out of the mindset that I'm using the previous one, which had a lower attack speed. Okay. There we go. Now this is better. Okay. I have the right idea. Huh. Completed some random challenge. Hey Boxhead, how you doing? Huh. Where's this evade? What came out of nowhere? That's some Randy Orton shit right there. Come on. Why must you die so easily? I need to find someone I can charge this thing on first. That'll do nicely. Oh, come on. Yeah, anyway, this is a far superior build, but still. Come on, did you have to die that quickly? Ah, lame. Perfect. Oh, it goes way higher in escalation with the bonuses. 12k is base. What's my favorite zealot melee weapon? Knife. The Crusher is pretty good. I do like it, but the problem is that the crit build is just so much better. So there's really no reason to use anything outside of that. Hence the issue. Because the damage reduction alone just makes you so effective in combat that it's just dwarfs everything else. This is the only thing that really annoys me. The fact that if you were to run like legit anything else, you'd just be doing yourself a disservice, you know? Yeah, once you get one with lacerate, you see, the problem that we're having right now with Dark Tide is I haven't found one yet. That is everybody's problem, and it shouldn't be the case. That is what I hate the most, you know? The game is so RNG dependent that it's just not good for, like... It's just not good for, like, the player base at all. That's the only thing that I'm unhappy about. Like, if they resolve that, I'd be happy as a clan. Happy as some clans. Yeah, perfect. Come on. That's it. That's it. Good boy. Okay, boom. This is where the fun begins. Aw. Yeah, I failed my dodge twice. Shameful. I need to practice the axe more. Dude, they should just, like, anything to improve certainty is a good thing. That's why I keep telling people, like, if they improve certainty, if they make it so that, like, we don't have to rely so much on RNG, like, things would be great. So I'm just hoping they take some player feedback on that. If they don't want to take partner feedback, that's fine too. But I would like them to take some player feedback. Come on then. Oh. Oh, he's dead already? Dang. Off to the survey then. Come on. Oh yeah. Got harassed every single day, so whether I'm not here or here, it doesn't matter, right? May as well come back. Yeah, I fully agree, Mace. That's why I'm saying I'm hoping they take player feedback, because that'll be pretty good. I mean, I don't want them to become like Like, you know, Dauntless. Like literally a place where racists are allowed as partners and where the official people have no clue what they're saying compared to the actual player base, you know? That I don't want to see. I want to see this game flourish and become good. That's what I hope for Darktide. Dauntless, man, fuck this shit. There we go. I think it will though. Like, honest to God. Okay, people say don't look at Steam charts, but I'll tell you, I'm a Steam chart man because it is the easiest way to figure out whether something is doing well, like genuinely doing well. And what I can certainly say is that the weekend on weekend numbers are roughly stable for Darktide. So although there are swings throughout the day, because obviously some regions are more popular than other regions and some regions are more populated than other regions, in general, you know, on the weekends I'm still seeing plenty of players on Darktide because I think a lot of the player base plays with friends or people when they can meet up, you know. So yeah, I think that that's the case. Why'd I come back? I explained it already, Furious Chuka. I think you weren't listening. Why? You're not happy to see me back, Fierce? Not happy to see the king in all his glory? Come on, behemoths, attack me. You can do better than that, can't you? Come on, Nasher. You don't have to be here at the start. I explained it many days ago. Come on, come on. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Whew. That's beautiful. Don't mind if I do. Would you kindly? Here we go. Here we go. Good boy. Oh. Oh, that counted as part of him? Wow. Huh. Guess I'm still learning something new every day. Oh, how shameful. Oh, good. Okay, I guess this one cannot be improved. Attempted improvements failed. Oh well. DFK's axe build is still the best. But yeah, I've been back for days now. Like I said, I got harassed every single day whether I was gone or not, so came back anyway. I mean, if they're gonna, you know, talk shit about me, whether I'm gone, whether I'm here, doesn't matter, right? I may as well come back. Gives me more content, makes me more money. So, you know, no reason to surrender my throne. Okay. Let me see. Now that this is confirmed. And I've also done the other one. So now there are so many possibilities. I'm actually kind of interested. Okay, let's try it this way. Far better. This is what I want. Yes, yes it is. Let's test. Oh, let me change the skin of the repeaters. I hate when my stuff looks ugly. Give me something better. Yes, what do you want to ask, Omrin? That is actually due to the okay, so that's a bug right now, Omrin, and the bug is unfortunately related to the fact that the servers here aren't really all that good, so that's why you end up with a double reload on occasion. The double reload cannot be solved because unless the devs put in the effort to completely alter that, it's not going to change. And this bug has been around since 2-3 patches ago. So yeah, it's mostly because the devs are fucking morons. But there you go. There you go. This is what happens when devs don't care. They choose to hire partners that are terrible, and as a result of that, the game is in the state that it is. If they had hired proper partners, if they had proper developers, if they weren't focused on developing 10 other games, I absolutely guarantee you there would have been no problems. Yeah, of course it's super annoying, you know, but there's nothing you can do about it. There is nothing you can do about it. This is a developer problem. It is due to the way that they've handled their coding, and unfortunately there is absolutely zero zitch nada that we can do. Okay.
Good work. That's one less behemoth to deal with.
Do.
And that'll be your last.
Okay. Total shield. That works. Okay. That's done. That's pretty good. Not bad. I'm liking the increased base. Yeah, this is actually quite strong. A little unexpected, but pretty good. Okay, let's start with Bird Boy over here. Oh dear. Okay, one down. Too easy. Let's snap another. Two down. The Lyra pink glyph gives you a buff, but haven't figured out what it gives. Are you talking about the one that you create, or you talking about the one that the Lyra itself creates? Because honest to God, right? I have never walked into that. Oh, the colors on the ground. Interesting. I've never touched those colors. I just obliterate it anyway. So that's an interesting tidbit of knowledge. Let's see how this goes. Now, why on earth did he put down that silly thing there? I hate mounting. Literally not needed. Okay, come on. Okay. Oh, wow. There we go, finally. There we go, now we're talking.
The Keystone Behemoth. Never doubted you for a second, Cap. Now get the charge laser that thing was guarding. We can get out of here.
Interesting. Well, that's some nice trivia knowledge. Thank you for telling me. Still not sure what it'll do, but if I see it, maybe I'll go and try and poke it next time. This week I gotta get Shoot and the rest. On one of the evenings, I need to farm the last cell, reuse. I think that'll be quite useful. Alright. Onward and upward. Let's go poke things in the face, shall we? Alright. Let's go see how this performs
I have a boon that makes
in
Space
more
Layers powerful.
dangerous
But only if you
combat.
inspire them with your prowess and
Now this should actually be fast though. I expect it because of the simple fact that it's frost escalation. So let's see it in action. Here we go. Insta-gib. Okay, that's pretty nice. That feels nice. Well, then you should sleep. Wonder why you were up all night. Up all night is bad for your health, buddy. Now, I say that, but honest to God, I'm the guy that stays up all night most of the time, so believe me when I say not a smart decision. Always better to rest well if you can. Boing,
these spheres will
boing.
offer you a little extra protection. Watch for them.
Really, all too easy. What?
Take this spoon. When you do great injury to your foes, your allies will get stronger.
I see. Ha! Ha! You have no friends locally. Ha! Suffer. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I understand. Normally, if I can, I would like to prefer working late. I prefer working late at night, but having moved to Australia, I cannot do so as much as before because the apartment, like, my house in Singapore is a lot bigger. My apartment here is very small, very expensive too. And realistically speaking, all I can really do is I can, like, my parents would get disturbed because we live together if I were to work too late at night. So I limit my working hours to whatever I can manage. So believe me, I understand about that. I've been trying to adjust my schedule. Even after so many months, it's hard to adjust my schedule to it. But that's life. That's life. Oh, it's dead already.
Good to know the frost wardens have allies like you. Now, take what you need from the Aetherverse.
First of all, Mr. Mahad Ali, don't ever address me as Oi, alright? That is very rude and disrespectful. If you disrespect me again, I will freaking ban you from my channel. Are we fucking clear on that? So you're going in timeout, alright? And the next time you have a request, you better bring $50 to me. Maybe I'll think about your request, and don't be rude. Got it? I hope you understand that. Next time you're rude, you're getting off my channel permanently. Alright? And don't think I don't know who you are. You were the guy that asked me so many questions and I answered that freely. Next time you want your question answered, you better show some fucking respect or pay. Because I'm not answering your questions otherwise. Don't be like this guy. Next person that says something like, Oi, if you want something from me, understand this. I'm your king. You bow. Or shut your face. And I hope that's clear. I don't tolerate disrespect. Okay. Now back to work. Okay. Cleared. Of course. Dauntless is literally the most shit game in history. I only play it because it still makes me money. Like I said, I'm still king. People still need my stuff, so I still play. Well, that, and even when I tried to quit, I got harassed every single day by the official Discord people, so back here again. But yeah, Dauntless needs to change a lot of things. Number one, they need to close their entire official Discord, get all those people out of the game, close their Reddit, and fire all their partners. If they really want this game to succeed, put the devs under me. I'll make them succeed. Otherwise, nah. They have already lost their direction completely. What's my least favorite and favorite behemoths to fight? I don't have favorites. Honestly, I have reached the point whereby... Okay, well, least favorite, yes. Fenrir, or the Spore-Struck Embermane. That is my least favorite, technically speaking. Because it just has an annoying pattern. Like, of course, it can be beaten like any other behemoth, but it's just annoying to fight it at all. Like, I feel that it is a gigantic waste of time. But other than that, I'm not too bothered. Okay. A little bit slower on some circumstances, but okay overall. There are better choices. Yeah, no. I think that the reduction is pretty pointless. Because doing the same thing, I think I could just get more value out of it. One moment. Let's alter. Yeah, it's okay. If you didn't, that is fine. An essentially better choice. Same escalation. Let's try something different. Basically, Maze, he addressed me rudely. You see, he was like basically commanding me like, "Oi, can you just do this?" I'm like, Excuse me? No. If you're gonna address a content creator, basic respect is important. Now, the worst part is that this guy asked questions on YouTube and I actually answered him. I always answer YouTube questions, but you know, I just don't tolerate disrespect. If you address me in a disrespectful manner, I can just ban people from my channel. I really don't give a shit. Like, it's not like I'm desperate for viewership or anything. I'm just streaming in the morning because I can. A little bit of additional revenue, and I don't have anything specific to do today. Like, normally in the mornings, I'm working on my music, whatever, but I had some additional time, so I decided to stream. Do many people still play Dauntless? I would say, like, okay, look, it's hard to get numbers because they're on Epic Games, so Epic Games likes to disguise their numbers, so I wouldn't be able to tell you, like, for sure. You get what I mean? So the best I could tell you is that they do, but it is split across, like, many different consoles. So, like, they've got the, obviously, the people from Switch, they've got people from Xbox, PlayStation. So I would say between 5,000 to 6,000 people roughly played on this, based on my estimate. Okay, that's based on my estimate. I could be wildly wrong, but unlike like Steam, Dark Tide, I can see clearly how many people play based off the Steam chart, whereas Dauntless doesn't have that, you see. So it's hard to tell how many people really play, but I would say in general 5,000 to 6,000 people play roughly. And that's still a sizable player base. May not be the best, but it's relatively large. So it's not like people totally don't play or they totally have left the game. No, they do. Just that may not be as many as folks want. Yeah, it's okay, no problem. Like I said, to be fair, I don't really care much about Dauntless. I just happen to be very good at it. That's all. That's legit the only reason I'm here doing what I'm doing. I just happen to be very good. Well, you better fucking apologize, buddy. Tell you, next time you disrespect me, alright, will be your last time on this channel. Alright? You come to this place, you show absolute respect. If, like I said, you're not gonna bow to me, that's your problem. You bow to this king. End of story. I think some people came back to try Gauntlet, so it's lower than what you estimate. No, the estimate accounts for Gauntlet. People did come back to try Gauntlet, Omran. So with the Gauntlet people, it would be about 8,000 to 9,000. I'm estimating minus Gauntlet people. But the fact is that roughly, like Dauntless, the player base of Dauntless is not so small, but it's not so big either. It's like not big, not small. Because don't forget, it's free and crossplay, so there are a lot of people. Because of any game that is free, always will have more people. Usually. And Dauntless is no exception, because in fact, the fact that it has crossplay actually helps it a lot in raising the numbers. So actually, yeah, we have about, I would say roughly 5,000 to 6,000 concurrent. So like obviously at peak meaning like same as on Steam, like the top number of players on would probably be about 8 to 9,000 roughly. But concurrent is usually about 5 to 6k across all consoles. Oof. Insta-gib. Let me finish off the Thunder Deep Dress first, hold on. This is a very, very annoyingly odd combination. Oh, come on. Gonna have to be a bit careful with this one. There we go. Yeah, I mean, like, look. This is the kind of thing that you play when you want. No problem, Douglas. Happy to help. But yeah, basically the whole thing about Dauntless is just the fact that it's free and it's on multiple platforms, so it's very easily accessible. So there's also a lot of like revolving door kind of thing. Like some players will play for a month, then leave, then come back in 2 months, that kind of thing. So the population is stable. Like the actual population is much larger than people think. Like I would say that there would be between, like if we talk about the full population of Dauntless, I would say at least 12k. At least 12k. Full population. But not all of those 12k will be playing at any one point in time. So like concurrent is always 5 to 6k roughly. And even then you can tell because people have trouble fighting the escalation matches, stuff like that. Like they may not always get matches, and that is what makes it obvious that, you know, there aren't actually that many people on at any one point in time. And the fact that like although the concurrent player base may be like 5-6k, same as with Darktide, different regions will have different experiences. So different regions at any one point in time may have a different population. So if you play on an unpopular region, like if you're playing late at night when everybody else is asleep, your particular region may not have anybody on. Whereas if you were to look at, say, Asia during the most populated times, a lot of folks would be on. So that, I think, is a very big factor as well, and it plays a major part in how either big or small Dauntless can look. Like if you happen to play during an unpopular time on an unpopular region, or a region where Dauntless like is barely even known, then yeah. Give me nickname. Why? What kind of nickname do you want to give me? If it's a good nickname, yeah, sure. If it's not, then I will have to execute you and your entire family. There we go. I'll accept that one, Deadwolf. I'll accept that one. Thou may call me the Messiah. I shall. I shall grant thee strength. Okay. Well, I tend to have those because it's very important. Now, before we end, I'm gonna demonstrate something. See you later, Mace. This will probably be interesting for some of y'all. Give me a moment to fix this. Oh, look at YouTube giving me an ad on my own stream. Bro, it's my own stream. Why you giving me an ad? YouTube, I swear. It's wild shit, man. It literally gives me an ad on my own stream. Like, why? Why would you do this? It's literally my stream, bro. Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna film a video right now, live. Okay? Because this is gonna be importante. Actually, wait, no. You know what? It's 2:35, which means it's almost time for lunch. So, sorry guys, you'll have to see the video later this evening. I was gonna film it live, but you know what? I think I'll make it a surprise. So, Deegan, make sure you have your notifications on because you'll probably not want to miss this video tonight. Let's just say I'm gonna embarrass some people. All right, but I'm gonna film it after lunch because it's 2:30 and I don't feel like missing out on lunch. So catch this video later tonight. You'll love this. See you soon.